Want to make as much money as possible in Saints Row? Well, then there are some things you should know about, like how to maximize income from your ventures and which ones to build first. Plus we have some other great tips for helping you get around the city a lot quicker, so if you want to avoid some of the mistakes we made when we started playing the game, you came to the right place. A like on the video would really help the channel out, subscribe for more Saints Row content, and let's go! So by far the easiest way to earn money is through the Cash app, which you unlock very early on in the game right after recruiting gym robs to your cause. This app will collect money from the ventures you built from the Empire table, which is unlocked after the story mission Networking, also very early on in the game. Each venture you build will increase your hourly income, and each new tier of ventures you unlock after upgrading your Empire level will bring in even more money. And while they might seem expensive at first, investing in building these new ventures as soon as possible will give you way more money in the long run. Because no matter what you're doing, the Cash app will be collecting money in the background. Your estimated income is calculated per hour, which means an hour of real world time, not an hour in game by the way, but as you can see, it's slowly added over time rather than all at once. So you can just leave the game running if you need or want to do something else, and the Cash app will still collect money from your ventures. Just make sure to claim your money every time the app reaches its limit, as there is a max amount of money you can keep stored, which will also increase when you level up your Empire. So that's already really nice, but there's also a trick you can use to boost the money you get from each individual venture as well. Because when you build a new venture, you will see 5 of these red brass knuckle markers in an area. These are called threads, and eliminating one will increase the income of the venture in that region. These are really easy to perform and the objectives don't seem to change. 3 of them are just kill a group of enemies, 1 is finding a hidden van and blowing it up, and 1 is a faction unique objective. But with roughly 20 minutes of work, you can significantly increase the hourly income of any venture. So don't make the mistake of letting these icons linger on the map, because you're literally just passing up on free money. And the best part here is that the increase in income is determined by the venture's base income, so while the threat objectives don't really change, a more expensive venture will receive an even larger boost in income if you complete the threats of that region. So for Planet Saints, for instance, one of the final ventures you unlock, you can boost the income from $160,000 an hour to $320,000. So for 20 minutes of work, you get double the amount of money per hour. Do this for all of your ventures and you'll have all the money you need in no time. And while leveling up your Empire, you'll notice that you need to complete some ventures to progress. And while every venture gives you something for completing it, there are some that are definitely more worth it than others. The first one that is worth completing is actually the first venture you unlock as part of the main story, gym robs. I actually waited quite a while before doing this, but with how easy it is to complete, I really recommend you start working towards completion as soon as possible. You just need to steal vehicles and bring them back to gym robs, and the vehicles are easy enough to find if you use the navigate the venture goal option on the map. Don't waste time by looking for these goals on the map by yourself, but instead simply hover over the venture you want to progress, press the button next to the GPS to next venture goal on the map HUD, and your GPS will immediately be set for the next car you need to steal. Completing this venture will unlock 2 amazing rewards. The first one is vehicle delivery, which you can find in the context menu on your phone. Calling this number will immediately deliver the vehicle you've set as favorite to your current location at no cost. You can select a favorite vehicle at your garage, but not all of them can be set to favorite. So sadly, no on-the-fly delivery for choppers, tanks and hoverboards, but it's still a really nice feature you want to unlock as soon as possible. And one of the vehicles that can be set as your favorite is the incredibly fast Attrazione, and lucky for us, a second reward for the Gym Robs venture is a custom Gym Robs version of this vehicle. Now if you don't like the paint job or mods, you can of course change them, but no matter what looks you choose, you now have an incredibly fast vehicle that can be delivered to you at any time. And on the note of getting around, you might have noticed that starting a mission will disable fast travel for you, which is kind of unfortunate, as a lot of missions start at the Saints Church, a location you can otherwise fast travel to, but you can bypass this limitation to cut short on your travel time. Now I only learned about this after completing pretty much every mission already, but I could have saved myself a lot of time with a very simple workaround. After starting a story mission, check the map to see where you need to go, and if you're not close, abort the mission from the settings menu, fast travel as close as possible to the mission marker, and then restart the mission to save yourself a long drive. And if you're wondering how to unlock more fast travel spots, we showed many of those in our early unlocks video, which we'll link to at the end of this one. On a completely different note, did you know you're also able to change the time of day from your home base? Well, I didn't at first, and I don't believe the game mentions it either, but if you go to your bed in your home base or in your apartment, if you haven't unlocked that yet, you can choose to take a nap. This will either set the time from night to day or from day to night, but either way, if you prefer playing during the daytime like I do, you can make use of this feature to make sure the sun is always shining. And if you're having trouble finding your bed in the home base, it's at the back right across from the wardrobe you can use to change your clothes. Now back to the ventures though, as there are more of them that you want to unlock and complete before you focus on the other ones. For the second tier, we already talked about the amazing rewards you get from the Eurekabrator in our best weapons video, so give that one a watch if you haven't already. You can find a link to it in the video description. But yeah, the third tier of ventures has two amazing ones to unlock and complete. If you're big on customization and want some of the craziest skins in the game, you're going to want to unlock the cutting edge venture first. After building it, you'll help out a fashion designer by taking pictures of some unique materials for her. These are marked on your map with this icon, and if you hover over it, you can see a little riddle that will tell you where to look for the picture. Plus, it will already tell you which type of material you will unlock after completing the objective. And most of the ones I've done are really easy, and after taking a picture, you will immediately unlock one of the cutting edge materials, which you can apply to pretty much anything by changing the material in the customization menu. And the combinations you can make are absolutely insane. Want your character to look like they're made out of coins, or do you want a jacket made out of broken mirrors, maybe an infrared gun or a space car? Well, all of those skins are unlockable with the cutting edge venture. One final note is for this venture in particular, you don't have to complete all objectives on the map to complete the venture. As you can see, I've completely filled up my venture progress, but there are still more materials to find on the map should I choose to look for them. But of course, the earlier you complete these, the more of the game you can play through with these amazing customization options. If customization is less your thing and you want something a bit more straightforward, then the big one is what you want to build when unlocking the third tier of ventures. You'll be demonstrating military equipment for potential buyers, which just means that you'll need to blow up stuff with the equipment you're given within the time limit. Again, really easy to complete this one, and as a reward you get the Maximilian tank, which also has a machine gun turret on top for a co-op buddy to use, and tires on vehicles will now magically repair themselves after a short delay, even while you're driving. Which basically means you'll never have to worry about flat tires ever again. This is once again something you're going to want sooner rather than later, especially if you plan to have a lot of car chases with rival gangs or the police, and having a tank early on can also really help you out for very obvious reasons. But even the fourth and final tier of ventures will unlock some amazing features that make the rest of the game a lot easier. We already mentioned the pinata launcher you get from the Let's Pretend venture, which we also mentioned in that best weapons video I mentioned earlier, but the iconic planet Saints is also very much worth your time. Not only does this unlock a full set of Saints styled clothing you can buy at the store, completing the venture will also unlock an auto drive option for vehicles that allows your vehicle to drive itself to your current GPS marker while you hang out on the roof. Once again, something I wish I had unlocked earlier to save myself some long tedious drives. Remember to leave a like if you liked the video, subscribe if you don't want to miss the next one, and you can watch our previous video on some amazing unlocks you want to get early by clicking on the screen. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.